Hi everyone, it's Nika here, and I'm going to present you our new exciting feature that we're gonna ship to Coupler.io, MCP server. So you've already solved the hard part, getting all your data from different sources into one place with Coupler.io. But even when you have all of your data flowing perfectly into dashboards and reports, you still need to make sense of it. You're still asking questions: what's good, what's bad, and what to do next. What if an AI tool, say Claude, could dive into your Coupler data and answer those questions almost instantly? That's exactly what our MCP server does. MCP stands for Model Context Protocol. It's an Anthropic's new way for AI to connect with external tools. You've got servers for Gmail, Google Calendar, Atlassian, Zapier, and now Coupler joins that ecosystem. But here's the difference. Instead of just reading emails or scheduling meetings, Claude can analyze your actual performance data. No more context switching, no more manual data pulls. Setting this up takes about 5 minutes. First, you need to navigate to this MCP server page. MCP server is available for clients from professional and above. Then you will need to select your AI tool. For now, we support only Claude Desktop, but more tools incoming. So when you select Claude Desktop, you will see the instruction on how to set up your local MCP server. First things first, you need to install Docker. It is quite easy. You simply download the application installer and install. We have here links for Mac, Windows, and Linux. I already have it installed. You need to make sure it is running, so you will need to see this icon and check that Docker is running. The second thing that you will need to do is you will need to copy a config, insert it into Claude. I will show you how. So I am copying the config. You have the copy button here. Please take into account that here you have your access token. This is like a password. Do not share it with anyone because it allows to access your data. So make sure it's safe all the time. Now we need to open Claude, and then we need to navigate here into settings. I'm on Mac, so this is my interface. On Windows it will look a bit different. Then you will go to the developer, and here there is an information about the local model context protocol servers. Then you click edit config. You will be prompted to the folder where the config is stored, and now you will need to open it with the text editor. I'm having Cursor, but you can have whatever text editor that's here. And then you simply paste the config here. You save it. You can see the token now, but as you've seen on our interface, you cannot see this. So you save this, and now you simply restart Claude. So now I have the Claude restarted, and it prompts me to allow access from other apps, and I said, okay. And now you can see here a number of MCP servers that I have, and Coupler is here among them. So I also suggest you to do another thing, is to create a project in Claude and give it some instructions like I have it here. So in this project, I say that Claude is an experienced data analyst specializing in e-commerce sales and digital analytics. To generate this prompt, you can also use Claude, which is a very neat thing. So now let's see what Coupler data sets I have. So we can ask fetch my Coupler data flows. You can also check how the thing is going, and it understands that it needs to use a tool from the MCP server. And here are some data sets that I have: Google Search Console, CRM inbound sales, e-commerce sales, and landing page performance. Let's say we want to ask some questions about e-commerce sales. Fetch my e-commerce data. It may take a couple of seconds or minutes, depending on how much data do you actually have, but this is where the magic actually happens. Now, Claude, via this MCP tool, can access the data that you have in Coupler. So it gets the schema. Schema means what are the columns that you have and what are the data types of these columns, so that Claude could better understand what's in there, apart from the name e-commerce. Let's wait a bit. It took Claude some time, but now it gives me an information about the data that I have. Okay, it already gives me some insights, but let's first check what are the columns there. So now Claude tells me that we have 38 columns and almost 1.4K orders, and the columns can be classified as financials, operations, customer data, geographic shipping, attribution, and product line. Some elements are missing, again, which means that Claude is also aware on how to make this data better. Let's also ask it, what are my top countries over the last year? We are not specified what does it mean top country, if it is by revenue or by quantity. Let's see what Claude can offer to us. So we have our geographic performance. The top market is Brazil. There are also Nordic and North American countries, some US customers, and things like that. Let's also ask it to create a revenue projection in a graph, because that's also what Claude can do. It might take a bit more time because Claude will not only need to get the data that it already has and analyze it, but also to calculate some projections. It took Claude some time, but now it generated the text, but most importantly, it generated an interactive artifact. Let's see what's here. So this is a projection that is also combined with historical revenue in one graph, and also some neat scorecards. So you can see that this is a part of interactive visualization that can be also copied and shared even on your as an email or on your web page. So as you've seen how the magic happened, I'm asking you, are you ready to stop playing data detective and start getting instant insights? You can set up Coupler MCP today. If you're not in a professional or above plan yet, upgrade now and get access to this, plus all other features like AI insights with Coupler dashboards. And your future self will thank you for the moment when you decided to stop analyzing data by yourself and start asking AI insights that helps you to make this much faster and from another perspective. Thank you, and see you next time.